Okay, here we are. We're sitting on the Delaware River on the border of New Jersey and Pennsylvania. I'm here basically today to, it's not anything revolutionary or anything like that, but it's just, I'm heading to South America in a few months on primarily a fly fishing trip down the Amazon, where for a week I'm going to get on a boat and just go down the Amazon and target peacock bass and fish. Talking to the guides and talking to people that run the outfit down there, they told me that the indigenous folks that are your guides are big fish giggers. They love to go out and gig fish. So I asked him about the opportunities of bow fishing. And he really didn't know much, but he said if I brought a bow, I'd probably get into a lot of fun, because like I said, the local indigenous folks really like going out, especially at night. They like to gig fish, they like to spear fish. So I can't imagine bow fishing on the Amazon would be, you know, something that would be just awesome. So I used to do a lot of bow fishing, but I primarily used bows like the Kingfish or stuff like that, cheap recurves. Always use AMS reels, but mostly I had bows just set up for bow fishing. They weren't bows that I'd like to use on dry land or actually shoot. I didn't want that for this trip to South America. I actually wanted a bow that I'd enjoy using with a reel and without a reel to go down the Amazon. I don't know what kind of shooting opportunities will come my way, but I'd like a bow that I like. So we tried to make a bow more like a all-around jungle type bow. I called John Wirt up at Trad Tech, talked to John about it. He had some suggestions. We ended up taking a Titan II riser, setting it with just furniture pad rest, nothing fancy. For limbs, we put the Black Max carbons, just a real dependable, you know, limb that you don't have to worry about beating up. It's not going to break the bank if something happens and you hurt the bow or lose a limb. Something that it's proven to be durable and also perform really, really well. So we basically started out with that platform right there. We wanted a bow that would go together quick, come apart, fit into a pack, do whatever. But basically something that would just be real easy to use. I'm kind of cramped standing on aluminum up here, so let me just get a stringer on here and get it strung. My anchors and all my ropes are up here. So basically we have just a Titan II, Black Magic carbons, fantastic durable combination. John had just got a prototype tab in from Saunders. It's an all plastic tab, and I'm going to take a better picture of this and show you. These are not, I don't think they're out in the market yet. John received one, and when I said, look, I need a tab that is going to be, leather's going to get soaked and wrecked and not work good. I need a plastic tab. He kind of laughed and just said, hey, there's one sitting on my desk. They just sent me a prototype to try out. I'm not saying this is going to replace my, Jenkins tab for shooting, but for bow fishing, I think these things have a ton of merit. Again, it's a piece of stiff plastic with a softer piece hooked to it. It seems to be, really perfect for bow fishing. I mean, I used to use the rubber slide up things, and they're no good for shooting regular archery. I mean, they're great for bow fishing, but on this bow, I wanted a bow that could go back and forth quick. So like I was saying, it's a decent plastic tab that seems to will really do a good job in wet climates, bow fishing especially, or some type of application where leather's just going to get too saturated. So we basically have a bow that set up. It's the same bow that I'd hunt deer with. These are 50-pound limbs. Again, just a great bow you'd hunt a deer with, a hog with, or anything else. So, well, the biggest part was we also wanted a bow that could just quickly go into bow fishing mode. Anybody that's played with the AMS stuff knows it's a really quick procedure. Basically, set the reel up on it. Oops. Set where you want your hand to be set up with your reel position. snug it down. I like using the floats. I started using these the first time I ever went alligator bow fishing, and they were a ton of fun. But figure this is about what I'm going to take to the Amazon. It's got 650-pound gator line on it. I have a bigger float. I don't know if I'm going to bring that. I know I'm bringing this float. I imagine we're just going to be shooting what they would consider trash fish. So basically my version of a jungle bow, where you can go from a regular arrow to a bow fishing arrow, these AMS reels are just super smooth. The gator line's real thick stuff. When it gets soaked with water, you can, it kind of wrings it out as it comes in, but basically just a real neat, what I felt was a fun little setup. A bow for South America. I'm going down the Amazon. Thanks. Well, as much as a bow freak I'm probably more so a knife freak. I'm a big knife collector and just love using a lot of great cutlery. For this trip, the knife I'm going to take to South America, I believe, is from my dear friend Sam Lurquin, the Belgian bladesmith. I'm taking a model called the Hurak. It's an incredibly interesting design knife. A lot of power in a small knife. Carries in a cross draw leather sheath from Jeremy 8-Ball Leather. He's actually out of France. This knife steel it's made of Marigin steel. Marigin steel, there's different pronunciations. That steel is primarily used in the aerospace industry, tanks, bomb casings, shell housings, things like that. It's a very strong steel. Sam has found a way to, I believe he's found a way to get it to a rock well that can get a good cutting edge on it, and it's very durable. I think very not prone to breakage at all, just a very tough steel. Also, it's supposed to be fairly corrosive resistant in its current state. And a knife for South America, I mean, it's a very good knife to take away, but I also want a knife that I can really count on, and I think this knife will definitely get me through, plus Sam's a good friend of mine. Thanks for looking, everybody, appreciate it.